Chapter 12. The Asgard Ranch. 3 months passed and the academic year was about to end. It was Friday, November 17, 2004. Gavin had already recovered from the injury. Many of the students were receiving the letters with that year's grades. Professor Cindy Marks looked for Gavin in the Jade Clover House classroom to inform him that they were waiting for him in the principal's office to present him with the prize for obtaining second place in the school's Fudblaze Cup tournament. Gavin went to the director's office, where she was busy, so he asked her assistant, a girl named Miriam Gamberts, with long brown hair, green eyes, and she gave Gavin the award. Once with the bag of money, the 35,000 rods, he went to the living room of the House of Jade Clovers. There he summoned several of his companions to plan what they would do with the money. In the living room were Daniel, Roger, Adrian, Priscilla, Alvord, Samantha, Rasmus, Aaron, Hector, Arthur, Alberth, Eric and Leanne. What will we do with the money? I suggest a quorum to discuss ideas on what we will do with it, asked Gavin. I think we could pay for new uniforms for the next tournament, at Mr. Adams' Fudblaze store. In the Central Market, said Aaron, excited about the new uniforms. No, it should be something where we all benefit, and not everyone here plays on the team, added Gavin. A supply of chocolate donuts, apple sugar powders, gums, chewing gum, chips, rainbow lollipops from the Hallmark's candy store, said Samantha as she turned to look at everyone with a smile. Do you want us to be diagnosed with diabetes or cavities? Said Alberth. And, if we have a party to celebrate second place, said Roger as he raised his hand. Good idea, the others shouted. I could bring some drinks from the barrels in my father's basement, said Adrian. Guys, I have a better idea, said Daniel Black, and everyone fell silent to pay attention. Yeah? Which one? Gavin asked. Since today is the last of school, I invite you to my home this afternoon. After 4 in the afternoon, bring the money, I will tell you everything there, said Black. Samantha whispered to him. Adrian in his ear, he's definitely going to have a party, so bring the drinks from your father's barrel just in case. Ha, ha. Ha. The rest of the room sounded curious and impatient for it to be 4 in the afternoon to attend the Black home, to find out what the idea he had in mind would be. The hours passed and everyone went to their homes. In the afternoon, everyone arrived at Daniel Black's home, on 28th Street in Green Hills. All dressed comfortably in the clothes they most liked to wear when they didn't have to wear their school uniform. School. Gavin arrived in his shorts, black t-shirt and black shoes. Daniel Black was waiting for them with his white button-down t-shirt, long black pants and hat. Roger was wearing brown shorts and a yellow t-shirt with a cup of coffee. Adrian was wearing black pants, black t-shirt with a lightning bolt design on his t-shirt. Rasmus a red and black checkered t-shirt, black pants and boots, while Aaron was still wearing his Fudblaze uniform from the House of Jade Clovers, shorts and a pair of shoes to wear on grass. Alvord was wearing long gray pants, a black t-shirt with a mummy and a blue flag with a red cross with white lines. Samantha was wearing a turquoise coat with black and a black skirt. Leanne was a girl with long hair, red, brown eyes. His look was a little serious, a low voice and a blouse with a dark blue skirt. Alberth was wearing a gray button-down shirt and black shorts. Eric was wearing a red sleeveless shirt with the design of a bull's face, and lastly, Priscilla wore a violet headband, a loose gray blouse with a denim vest, long gray pants and comfortable sandals. When they arrived at the place, Daniel Black was waiting for them at the entrance, and behind him they could see his home, orange-colored walls, with a brown roof, a large garden, a mini diamond for Fudblaze and a shooting range. As well as because of this, a huge tree stood out in the backyard. Come with me, said Black. So Gavin, Roger, Adrian, Priscilla, Samantha, Rasmus, Alvord, Aaron, Leanne, Alberth and Eric accompanied him. Upon reaching the roots of the huge tree in the backyard, Black said, "It's a pleasure to have you in my home. I'm going to tell you about the idea that came to me a few days ago." "We hear you, continue," said Adrian. "You'll see, I was thinking. It is not certain that we will devise all the plans for the search for the prophecy in the classroom of the house at the school. At some point it will become a place where we will no longer be able to trust anyone. So it occurred to me that we could make our own living room here," Black said as he looked up at the branches of the huge tree. "Here?" "How?" Gavin asked. "No one knows how to build. Nor do we have the money to buy a home," Samantha said. "Do you see this huge tree in front of you? Among its rigid branches and leaves, many years ago, I had a treehouse in this place. I thought that, with the money we earn, we could buy the materials, and if we all work this vacation, we can build it ourselves." Samantha says. "Who doesn't know how to build? But you can take care of the internal decoration with the other girls." "What do they say?" Black asked. "It's a great idea, but what are we going to do here?" Alvord said, "It will be a barracks. A fortress. We will build so many rooms, halls, that they can come to stay here after classes. We would come to investigate about the prophecy. Those who need to study, we will help them study. Here we will do everything, so that, at school, we will only attend normal classes like ordinary students, but in the afternoons and weekends, we will put our minds and objectives on the prophecy." Black explained. "I vote for it to come true," Gavin said determinedly. "Me too," Adrian shouted. "What do the others say?" "This tree is anonymous in the town. Only true believers in nature can see and touch it. That is, we will be protected," said Black. The rest of the boys liked the idea, so they began to get to work. That day, as it was a little late, they put some lights on the roots of the tree and began to create the sketch of the barracks. Danny, a boy from the classroom, thin, with dark skin, short hair, glasses and green eyes, devised together with Arthur the plans of what the fort in the treehouse would look like. Once ready, they decided to have a barbecue and ate pizza to fill their stomachs and have energy to start working. The next morning, Roger and several boys, in a cart brought by Roger with 2 horses that belonged to his family, headed towards the central market and visited the carpenter and woodcutter, Pitt Romney. Once there, the boys purchased all the wood and materials necessary for the barracks. It was Saturday, November 18, 2004. The cart with the materials was arriving at the Blacks' home. Roger, Rasmus, Danny and Hector began to unload the materials and take them to the backyard. The construction of it had begun, which took them weeks to achieve. Everyone did their bit. Some hammered, others painted, others welded, others joined pipes, others connected the electricity. There were various functions where everyone had been assigned a job. Task in construction. Finally, the construction was finished. The fortress was ready. It was December 17, 2004, a summer afternoon. Everyone around the tree appreciated with a smile and excitement when they saw that architectural work that some 16-year-old boys had managed to build. A strong tree with a large stem about 12 meters in diameter supported small homes from above, different segments of wooden rooms, mahogany color, a green roof, a terrace as a viewpoint where it could be seen in the distance and from above, the mill, the great cathedral and other places in the St. Isis district. Within it there was a large common room that connected all the sections of the ranch, such as the laboratory, the library, the dining room, laundry, bedrooms, hallways, stands, with armchairs, lamps, tables, a television, a huge fish tank, rugs where other people's pets like cats and dogs used to rest, a fireplace and cupboards full of snacks, drinks, sweets and provisions. This was the place to hang out. Free rooms, a pool table, a shooting target to use with darts, board games, cards, chess, poker. It was their new home. Then there were the rooms of the members of the house, individual rooms, some for the men and others for women. The place had bathrooms, a meeting room to discuss the prophecy in a quorum, where on a table were the books and notes that mentioned the clues about it, and some stairs to go up and down through the segments between branches and foliage of the tree. On the wooden and stone stairs, they were decorated with torches that illuminated the path at night. Many of the boys began to bring their personal things from their homes and settled at the ranch. Their clothes, books and uniforms for school, and so on. Black mentioned that the place became so large, extensive and with plans for future expansion, so that all those who joined the house in the future would be part of this barracks. Everyone was very proud of what they had built, so they decided to celebrate Christmas in that place, the New Year, and the birthdays of some. Days later, it was January 5, 2005, Black asked everyone what they should name the place, to which several of them began to suggest different names. The new fortress of the Jade Clovers, said Roger. The Clover Barracks? Adrian suggested. The Green Fortress? Said Samantha, raising her hand. What do you think? The ranch? Said Gavin. The ranch sounds good, but I think it's missing a complement, Black added, and he became thoughtful. That day in the fortress there were only Adrian, Samantha, Gavin, Alvord, Roger and him, of course. So he returned to see his friends, very thoughtful. Why are you looking at us like that? Alvord asked, looking at Black. I just had another idea. We'll call it the Asgard Ranch, said Daniel. Black and everyone responded, Asgard? What is it? Black began to write some letters on a piece of wood and explained to them that it was an abbreviation of the initials of the names of each of those who were there that day. The A for Adrian, the S for Samantha, the G for Gavin, the A for Alvord, the R for Roger and the D for Daniel. Everyone loved the idea, and thus the barracks was finally named Asgard Ranch. Black gathered everyone at the ranch, and they all agreed to make a covenant of loyalty to the house. I swear that I will fight against the prophecy, that I will help my friends. I will be faithful to the house, I will never reveal the location of the ranch, and that luck will always be with us, said the words of the oath. Once this ceremony was carried out by Daniel, Adrian, Roger, Alvord and Gavin, they were all sworn in. The new members would also be sworn in under the Covenant Ranch